Has your cat ever knocked over a vase or scratched your favorite sofa and then stared at you with that innocent, almost offended look as if you were the one at fault? But then, hours later, they curl up next to you, purring, blinking slowly, or nudging your hand. You wonder, is this their way of saying sorry? Cats may not speak our language, but they're not emotionally empty. In fact, they might be more emotionally aware than we think. In this video, we'll explore the fascinating question: do cats actually apologize? And if they do, what are their secret ways of showing it? Before we begin, tell me in the comments, has your cat ever made it up to you after causing trouble? What did they do? Let's compare stories. Now, let's start with how cat emotions actually work. Cats may seem independent, even aloof, but they're deeply emotional creatures. They feel joy, love, frustration, and yes, sadness too. They bond with us, with other cats, and even form attachments to their routines and safe spaces. When your cat purrs while sitting next to you, or follows you from room to room, that's not just clingy behavior, it's emotional connection. And when they're calm, relaxed, or flopped belly up in your living room, they're showing you one simple truth: I feel safe with you. But cats also go through emotional lows. When a beloved human or animal companion disappears, or if their environment changes too suddenly, cats can become withdrawn, moody, or even depressed. Have you ever noticed your cat suddenly hiding more or eating less after a trip or a stressful event? That's not just random, it's grief, confusion, or stress. And just like us, cats get frustrated too. Maybe you've been too busy to play, or you moved their favorite blanket. That tiny change? To them, it's a big deal. So, before we dive into how cats apologize, we first have to understand this. Cats don't misbehave out of malice. They react emotionally just like we do. Let's be honest, your cat doesn't know what a mistake is. They don't see scratching the sofa or jumping on the counter as wrong. Why? Because cats don't operate on human ideas of right and wrong. To them, it's just instinct, curiosity, or maybe revenge for being left alone too long. But here's the twist. Just because they don't understand rules doesn't mean they don't notice when you're upset. Your body language, your voice tone, that dramatic sigh when you see the mess, your cat picks up on all of it. Scientific studies have shown that cats are incredibly attuned to human facial expressions and vocal cues. They can tell when your smile turns into a frown, and they definitely know the difference between, "Ah, good kitty," and "Hey, what did you do?" So while they don't feel guilt the way we do, they do sense emotional shifts, and they don't like being the reason you're upset. Tell me in the comments, has your cat ever hidden under the bed after doing something naughty, or suddenly turned into the world's most affectionate fluff ball when they saw your angry face? That's not guilt. That's their version of damage control. Can cats actually apologize? Well, not in the way we imagine. You won't see your cat lowering its head and saying, "I'm so sorry, human." They don't do guilt trips. They do energy shifts. Cats don't feel guilt the same way humans do. But they do care if you're upset. They notice when you're ignoring them. They sense when the vibe is off. And believe it or not, they try to fix it in their own strange, adorable way. You might notice your cat purring more loudly than usual, blinking slowly at you like they're sending a peace signal, or suddenly rubbing against your legs like, "Hey, can we just pretend that shredded curtain never happened?" That's not an apology in words. But in the feline world, those are huge emotional gestures. Have you ever had your cat jump on your lap minutes after they knocked something over? Or bring you a toy, or worse, a dead bug, right after making a mess? That's their version of saying, "I don't know what I did, but I want us to be okay." Let me ask you something. What's the funniest or most awkward way your cat has ever tried to apologize? Drop it in the comments. I guarantee you're not alone. Now that we know cats don't feel guilt the way humans do, it's time to explore how they do try to reconnect with us after mischief. Think of these as feline peace offerings. Small gestures that say, "Hey, I care about you." Here are 9 ways your cat may be apologizing, each one a little emotional code of its own. 1. Purring. If your cat starts purring after causing trouble, it might not just be relaxed. It could be trying to comfort you. Example: you scold your cat for knocking over a glass. A few minutes later, they curl up in your lap, purring steadily, like they're saying, "Let's make peace." 2. Slow blinking. Slow blinking is a cat's way of showing deep trust and affection. When done after mischief, it's like they're sending visual apologies. Example: you glare at your cat for scratching the sofa and they respond with a slow blink. That's their version of, "I didn't mean to upset you." 3. Licking or grooming. Grooming is how cats bond. When they lick your hand or face, it's a nurturing gesture, even after they've been naughty. Example: after tearing up your paper, they come over and gently lick your hand, as if to say, "We're still family, right?" 4. Headbutting or rubbing cats' headbutt to mark you as theirs. After mischief, this gesture is often a subtle apology and an offer of reconnection. Example: while you're cleaning up the mess they made, they rub against your leg, saying, "I'm still your cat." 5. Kneading with their paws. Also called making biscuits, kneading is comforting to cats and may also be used to self-soothe and to connect with you again. Example: after spilling their water bowl, your cat jumps on the couch and starts kneading your lap softly, like a quiet, "I'm sorry." 6. Showing the belly. Exposing the belly is a vulnerable and trusting act. It's a big deal for cats and can be their way of making amends. Example: they just stole food off your plate and now they're flopped over, showing you their soft belly. Still trust me? 7. Bringing you a gift. A gift from a cat isn't always pleasant, but it's heartfelt. It might be their way of replacing what they damaged. Example: after destroying your slippers, they drop a toy mouse by your pillow, like, "I brought this for you. We good now?" 8. Quietly approaching you. Cats may not like confrontation, but they know when you're upset. A quiet approach with their tail up is a peace offering. Example: you're fuming and suddenly your cat silently appears next to you, brushing your leg. No words, just a silent truce. 9. Initiating play. Play is how cats bond. If they bring you a toy or start zooming around after they've misbehaved, they might be trying to lighten the mood. Example: you're annoyed about the shredded curtain, and your cat suddenly runs in with a feather toy. Let's forget that happened, okay? These quirky, tender behaviors may not be official apologies, but they show something deeper. Your cat cares. Which of these does your cat use to say sorry? Comment below and let us know your favorite apology moment.